great old story of the educational systems. How many programs of architecture actually have a dedicated semester or a dedicated year on studying sustainability, on studying world references of sustainability, on what people have done, what they are doing? Are we really looking at how a single entity, if it's having to create its own governance, its own little world around it, are we being able to provide people with the tools, the skill sets, the education, the materials to do that for themselves, if they are not going to rely on the larger governmental body of the city to provide them with what they truly deserve and is their right? Are we providing them the skill set to run autonomously without being dependent on somebody else? One should really be looking at the earthships in New Mexico and see how these communities have built, where they provide their own food, they provide their own water, they provide their own warmth, their cooling, the sunlight, they use recycled materials. And certainly Karachi has no shortage of waste materials, from bottles to cans to building material that's just wasted away and thrown, that we could recycle, re-engage, reconstitute and put back into our building industry. That would be a great place to start. But who starts it? How is it started? Where does it start? How is it going to generate funds? Who's going to invest in it? These are all the issues, the players in the game that come into the politics of Karachi. Politics of Karachi as a built environment, as a city, as a living creature. It's not a single one-line solution that we can come up with for Karachi. Aside from looking at world references, there's a lot of work that's been happening in the study of Karachi and its social issues, its infrastructural issues, by architects and senior members of the design industry like Arif Hassan. It's certainly worth looking into. Shahid Khan, who spent many years understanding sustainable architecture using organic and natural materials, certainly worth looking up his work and the work that he does with his trust called the Indus Earth Trust. They're doing work in Karachi, outside in Sindh, and also in South Africa. Certainly somebody to talk to. And of course, people who've taught architecture, who look at sustainability and using materials, mixing the modern with the natural. Look at the work of Arif Balgami, talk to him, see what he's all about. And certainly there's no reason one shouldn't also speak to Kamil Khan Mumtaz Sahab in Lahore, bring him into the fold and say, how do you think this should happen? If we're going to take traditional values and put them into contemporary, where does sustainability go? These are all things that as students we need to be looking at. As educators, we need to be inculcating and getting the students to look at, putting it into their work. Otherwise, architecture has a tendency to just be left behind as flat drawings, floor plans that are essentially zoning, spatial divisions, and they're extruded out, and whether it's a low-rise or high-rise building, problems are being solved, certainly experience are not always being created, and sustainability is falling through the cracks. There's no doubt about it, certainly lots to be looked at, but in terms of for Karachi only, specific to what our needs are, specific to how people are surviving in a city like Karachi without much else that's offered to them from the existing infrastructure. That's where we need to look at. We need to find a way of redefining the term sustainability for our own model, a model that is unique to Karachi, its needs, its flaws, its issues, and its future.